AITA for refusing to pay my brother back for things that he said I could have. To cut a very, very long story short, I was raised by my grandma, and believed she was my mother until I was 11, until I was 13 when social services got involved and felt she could no longer care for me properly and I was going to be placed with a foster family. My older brother, who's actually my uncle, had already moved out, gave me a few things before I left. These things were a PS2, a few games, an old electric guitar and amp, 2 pairs of jeans and a hoodie. My foster parents already owned an Xbox 360 and I also found a PS2 Slim and some more games by an elderly neighbor when I helped him clear out his attic and he said I could keep them. So I never really used the PS2 my brother gave me, and the first Christmas I was with my foster parents they bought me a new electric guitar and amp. Once I hit 14 my boobs went from an A cup to a DD in a year, so the hoodie didn't fit anymore, and when I was 15 my hips and ass came in too, so the jeans no longer fit either. My brother's stuff all got stored in the garage, but unfortunately they all got ruined during a flood. My foster parents showed me what a loving, caring family was really like and ended up adopting me when I was 16, and I now consider them my parents and I love them very much. However, a couple of years ago I decided I wanted to try to reconnect with my grandma, and we've now developed a more normal relationship, and she seemed genuinely remorseful over what happened and her lack of contact over the years. But I hadn't seen my brother until recently when he showed up whilst I was visiting. Initially it was really nice and we talked about how the past few years had been for the both of us, and I was happy until he said, "So can I have my stuff back now?" I asked what he meant and he said, "You know the stuff I gave you when you left? The PS2, the games, the clothes, my guitar." I replied with, "Oh them. Well you said I could have them, not borrow them, so I considered them to be gifts." He said, "Look, I only gave them to you because I felt sorry for you. Just give them back." I explained that everything had gotten damaged. He said, "Typical. You know, if you weren't such a fuck up you wouldn't have had to be put into care anyway. You can pay me back for all that stuff. That's like £600 you owe me." I laughed in his face and said, "No way am I paying you that much. If you really want the PS2 back that badly, I have a slim version you can have. Even though I'd like to keep it. Even though they were definitely gifts. But I'm not paying you a damn penny." He called me a fucking bitch and an asshole and then stormed out. My grandma said, "Don't worry about him. I'll make sure he won't be around you again." After he stormed out, I only work as a barista, and with the cost of living crisis I barely have enough money to pay for Christmas presents for everyone this year. £600 is literally unattainable for me, but I'm wondering, AITA? He never said he expected them back, but he never explicitly said they were gifts. Only that I could have them.